Welcome. You have reached review time with Imperial, and today's review is The Instigators starring Matt Damon and Casey Affleck. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Let's get into it. So, I did put this trailer out on my page. The movie finally dropped, and I took a look at it. It's so-so. The trailer gets you more in tune than the action movie. It's not a bad movie. It just could be better. So let's get into the cast. Matt Damon plays as Rory. Casey Affleck plays as Cobby. Jack Harlow plays as Scalvo. Hong Cho plays as Dr. Donna Riviera. You had Alfred Molina plays as Richie DiCio. And who else in here? You had a surprise appearance by Ving Rhames, plays as the detective. So I didn't see him. They didn't promote him, but then he is throughout it. So, and we have Ron Perlman plays as the mayor, Michele. Rob Gronkowski was playing as Rob Gronkowski in there, so he had a cameo appearance just to be in there pretty much. So let's get into it. So the movie starts off with Rory talking to his therapist, Dr. Riviera, and you can tell he has several sessions with his therapist, and basically he's going through some things in life and trying to figure it out, how to get out of it. Then it cuts the screen, it goes to Cobby, and so right off the bat he's a drunk, so he must have had several DUIs where he can't start his vehicle without blowing into it. So he gets some kid to blow into his motorcycle device so that it can start up and he can leave. So he leaves. So they're both headed to where Scargo is meeting with the main head guy that's telling them about the heist. So he's meeting them, and his name is Mr. Beazle. So he's meeting them. He's telling them about the whole plan. So basically, the plot and the plan is election day. The mayor has a party on who wins the election. When you win the election, they have a party. After they have the party, people start showing up to this party, and they start giving cash donations or whatever it is to get favor in the mayor. So they take this cash and they take it to the vault. Inside of the vault, they hold the cash for a couple days, then have some armored people come get it. However, it's supposed to be only a short staff of people still there. They're going to arrive to the place where the venue is through boat and slide in that way. So Scarvo supposedly have scoped all this out. So he takes Cobby and Rory around, showing them the details of everything, showing how he has it mapped out. So Rory is pretty much writing stuff down. He's older. So they kind of looking at him like, man, you in your 50s, like, how did you wait till your 50s to pretty much go this way? Like, most people, they get involved their whole life doing this kind of stuff. How you wait till your 50s to start doing this? And he's an ex-Marine. And so he pretty much said, basically, it's none of your business, but I need a certain amount of money. So he need money for his child and some things he need to do. But he had a specific amount. So the take is supposed to be about $300,000. Their cut is 10%. So what takes place from there is Mr. Beasbull is pretty much, he plans to shake them, like pretty much let them do all the work, get the money, and then I'm gonna have them killed once after they do the work to tie up loose ends. So you know something's gonna go wrong. They get into the heist and there's no money, and there's no money because so much money was coming through. They have had to have like 2-3 jobs already, and the other money was taken somewhere else. So now they're pissed. Somebody there try to be a hero and pull Scarborough's mask off. So now everybody's seeing his mask. So now he's panicking like, well, listen, man. Since they seen my face, I gotta go all in. So then they go to where the mayor is, pull the gun out on the mayor, and pretty much told everybody in the room, put all their jewelry and everything in a bag. So the mayor has this specific bracelet. He said his grandpa gave it to him. He was like, I don't care, give it to him. So the mayor is telling the police chief, like, listen, don't let him out of here. Don't let him out of here, or whatever. And the police is reaching for his gun. Scarborough has his gun. Rory and Cobby is sitting there trying to tell Scarborough, little man, we ain't come here for this. We got to get out of here. Scarborough was like, nah, they seen my face already. I got to get something. So, nevertheless, somebody came in to make a comment about something. Everybody's attention drew. And so what took place, gunshots went off. Rory got killed, but he got a shot off to kill the police chief as well. And already the plan was faltered because when they first came in, it was a full staff of people there. When Rory and Cobby left after the shots went off, they came out. It was an even further big staff of people. They ended up going to the main place where everybody was with their mask on. That's where you see the cameo of Rob Gronkowski in that cameo scene. So the person who, like the armor guy that comes to get the pickup, they took his badge and everything and his keys to the car. Now, they pull off in an armored car, drive off into somewhere where they got away from everything. And at this point, Cobby is shot. So he he wants to drive because he figure if he let Rory drive, he's going to ditch him. They don't really know each other. And he like, man, you'll ditch me or whatever. Because he already seen Rory was like, they were supposed to be out by a certain time. And Rory was like, hey man, we're supposed to be out by a certain time. Sorry, I gotta leave you. But then when Rory went in the next room, that's when the armored guy was there. And it wasn't until Cobby came in with the gun, even though he was shot, telling them, hey, pretty much, he had got him out of that situation. So he knew he couldn't trust Rory. So they got to a spot, and Rory was pretty much saying, hey, man, all right, I got to get this money in the back of this armored car. And Cobby would say, hey, nah, man, it's always somebody sitting in there. They get some crazy lunatic that don't mind come out shooting. And it's somebody in there. And Rory was like, nah, I gotta take a chance. So they took a chance. As soon as the door opened, poof, a shot went out. So they hurried up and closed the door back. And so at this point, they don't have no gun or nothing. And Cobby pretty much was saying, look, man, I told you. So they pretty much talking crap to the guy inside. Pretty much like, yo, we're going to dump this truck in the river. And or we're going to have a gunfight. So they like, and if you don't come out and throw your gun out on the count of 3, we coming in and shoot. So they said 1, and then they ain't count no more. So the dude just came out guns blazing with his gun pointed. They ran off. So they ran off, and they went and got a hot wire car. They got this little Rudy Poo car, and they went off somewhere to a beach house. So at this point now, what's happening on the flip side, the investigator come in, which is the detective, his name like Hugh or Sue. This is Vin Rain's character. Now he pulls up, he got a big armored truck. He pulls up, comes in. The mayor like, listen, anytime they bring him in, I think his name's Frank, or something like that. Anytime they bring him in, you know it's big business. It's his dude. And he don't got no leash, so he can do by any means necessary to get the job done. So they pretty much tell him they need that bracelet and they don't care about nothing else. So Vin Raines goes and he starts doing the investigation. He already know they're tied to Mr. Beasgool. He already know they tied to him, so Mr. Beasgool pretty much said things went left. He comes to take money out the register, get some pastries, and he routes. He tells his right hand man, pretty much tells him, listen man, clean this up, meet me out wherever, Richie. So after he tells it to Richie's there in the store. The detective comes in. He pretty much is asking questions. Tells him, hey, he just wants the bracelet. He just wants the bracelet. Richie said, I don't know what you're talking about. He said, all right, well. So he pulls out his nightstick, pretty much start making damages in the store. Richie tells whoever, listen, we need, they want that bracelet. So when Richie went and hired one of their like goons. Now he's upset that they ain't put him on a heist anyway, but nevertheless they know he about his work. So they send him out to go kill Rory and Cobby. Now, Rory and Cobby's out at some beach house somewhere. They make a call to Richie, pretty much saying, yo, things got messed up. Richie's like, where y'all at? I'm gonna send somebody to y'all. He was pretty much like, yeah, Cobby got shot. We need somebody. He needs medical attention. So they sent the goon out there. The goon, but Richie doesn't. Cobby doesn't trust him. So he pretty much lets loose the gas in the house. And so when he knew they was gonna get backdoored, he pretty much told the goon, listen, if you shoot, we all gonna blow up. So pretty much give us your gun. We'll take your gun and we're gonna take your car. Give us your car keys. We're gonna take your car and we're gonna roll out. So what ended up happening is they took everything and the goon pretty much like, oh, how far you think you gonna get to go, or whatever. So the house ended up blowing up, but when it blew up, the goon got knocked to the ground, and so Cobby had already took that. He looked at the bracelet and seen the significance of the bracelet, and he took it and put it in his bag. So they're thinking about where they could go. So they end up Rory thinking about his therapist. So he shows up to the therapist, knowing she's a doctor, pretty much saying, "Listen, I need you to help us." And she knows she kind of feel for him, so she's like, "I need you to help us." And he still has a bullet inside of him. So she's like, I'm not trying to get involved with y'all situation, but she said, you're not involved because we'll take you to the hospital. You're not going to be a real hostage, but that's how you clear yourself, by saying they took me as a hostage, but we need him to get medical attention. So she helped him, cleared him out, get the bullet out. He's resting. He's talking to Rory. And then Cobby's like, hey man, you trust her? He's like, yeah, I told her. But when he said, go look at her, he said, where's she at? She was in the other room calling the cops. Telling Rory pretty much, listen man, just give yourself up. So the cops is on their way, and so they like, give us your car. And so they hit it out the back. She's like, Rory, don't do this, trying to stop him and there, whatever. And they got in the car, and she jumps in the car with him, pretty much like, I don't want to see you die. So the cops are showing up, so they get a pretty much a car chase that's kind of eventful, and then they end up in this old bar where Cobby gets into this bar that he knows about. So when he gets to the bar, they're sitting there having drinks, trying to figure out what they're going to do, laying low. The detective shows up at the bar. How he knows they're at this bar, who knows, but they're at the bar, and they go in the cellar to hide out. Somebody who owns the bar shows up, pretty much is like, hey Frank, I let you in. He let him, the woman let him in, and then they pushed up the hatch, told Cobby and Rory come up. And pretty much the detective said, yeah, I want that bracelet. I don't care about nothing else. Give me the bracelet. Told the therapist, hey, you coming with me. You free. And told them, listen, just give yourself up. The cops will be here. and the cops will be here and pretty much give yourself up. If you give yourself up, there won't be no bloodshed. So the therapist went with them. Cops came. They did the gas thing again, blew the place up, but they escaped through the back and they was on the bus. And so after they was on the bus, they wanted to part ways with each other, but then they start thinking like, you still ain't get your money, I ain't get my money. On that bracelet, there was a code, not a code, numbers. He said, I guarantee that's the numbers to the safe. We need to get to where the mayor is. I guarantee wherever the mayor is, there's a big safe where the money is. And so the mayor had his right hand that pretty much knew all his dirty work. So they plot now is to go to the big mayor office where everything is and break into the safe. So it does show the mayor with his right hand, the safe, it has all the money. They put in a plan to set a fire alarm in the building. They're coming like firemen, and they go to the safe. So pretty much while the mayor was counting the money, they came and grabbed the mayor out, and the water took place. So the mayor told his right hand, "Hey, listen, you don't leave that money under no circumstances." So Rory and Cobby come in pretty much at the time and say, "Hey, man," so he thinking they're detectives and undercover. So he pretty much, he meaning the mayor's right hand, pretty much told him, listen, he thinking they're undercovers, like, listen, I've been trying to give up state evidence. These 2 cartridges has years of kickbacks and names tied to it. Everybody go down the ship. I'm not trying to go down. They're pretty much like, they're in for the money. So at this point, the detective is off having coffee, and he hears it's a big thing down where the mayor is. So he pretty much saying he's showing up, and now everybody know Rory and Cobby is in there. They get the therapist back. She pretty much talks to Rory that are in, and pretty much tells him, listen, you need to you need to give yourself up. So what they did was the money that was inside of the vault, they threw the money. They took some money for themselves, but they threw the money out. Let all the people pandemonium take place, and now that's how they escaped out of the mayor's office. Of course, the detective ended up finding them down the road, and pretty much they was like, listen, we got information that has backlogs and bribes and everything, all detailed on this. We'll get this to you right now. You can retire. You ain't got to do this no more. Just let us free. And you thinking that the detectives was going to just take that and let them free, but they end up locking them up. But what ended up happening is the new mayor that they locked up the mayor that won, that was criminal. They ended up locking him up. And the other mayor that he was running against, they took him. So they went to him and pretty much said, listen, man, we got a hot 100 million worth of campaign funds that the old mayor was responsible for. Or you got these tapes that you can pretty much got backlogs and implement a lot of different people and take people down. Or if we convict these guys, we got to use this evidence and bring everybody down. But if we don't convict them, then we ain't got to use this evidence and bring everybody down. So of course the mayor elected to free Rory and Cobby, dropped them off where their motorcycle and van was, and pretty much they were out. They both went their separate ways. Rory went to go see his son at his hockey game, and his son was happy he showed up, and Cobby went his other way. So that's the part right there. I felt as though that they didn't end up getting nothing they didn't get nothing. If this movie becomes interesting enough, meaning if people streaming enough, it's on Apple TV Plus, by the way. If this movie becomes interesting enough and people streaming enough, that poses the interest for a part 2, you could see where they can make some plot twists where when they was in the office with all the money, the therapist, they gave money to the therapist and the therapist took money because she wouldn't be suspected. And they gave money to the therapist and that allows them to move on. So other than that, it's an okay movie, not nothing to rush and go stream and watch. If you got Apple TV Plus and you're looking for something to watch, then go ahead, just watch it. Other than that, it's not nothing to rush. It's not really much to it. Out of my 4-star rating system, I give it a 2 out of 4 stars. It's really nothing to the movie, you know. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Till next time.